Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to this practice. Come and stand at the back of your mat. Roll the shoulders back and down a couple of times. Open the palms. Stand tall. And then coming to an inchworm. So we're going to tuck the chin and then fold, flexing through the spine all the way down. Slowly, slowly, slowly letting the head lead. Bend at the knees and the hips and then walk the hands all the way out to a high or a low plank. One press up or chest press. The elbows can go out on the diagonal or they can come in beside the waist. And then press up through a plank to walk the hands back to the forward fold and then slowly curl all the way up to standing. Arms can go out and up. Inhale. Exhale through center. Rolling, rolling, rolling through the spine all the way down and walking out to the plank position. And then a chest press. And walking back. Deep bend in the knees. And slowly letting the head be the last thing to rise. Arms out and up, inhale. Through center, exhale. Inchworm all the way down. This time we're going to do one chest press and 4 mountain climbers. Chest press. You could be on a modified plank position. Step, step, 2 more. Step, step, and walk back. Slowly rolling. And we'll speed up for this little sequence. Down through center. Roll out to a plank. Chest press. 4 mountain climbers. Back. Just warming up through the body here, through center, curling the spine, mobilizing, chest press, and mountain climber, and walking back. Slowly, slowly, slowly letting the head come up last, rolling the shoulders back and down. And walking to the top of your mat. We're going to come through a sun salutation B sequence. So if you're familiar with the sort of traditional, I guess the Ashtanga Yoga primary series, then this is called sun salutation B, but it's also made its way into a lot of vinyasa sequences. It starts with the chair pose. So it's a simple squat. Send the hips back and down. Let the hands come brush, perhaps either side or the outside of the feet and then through center. And you can take them nice and wide if it feels a bit too uncomfortable to have them all the way beside the ears and together in a vertical. And then melt all the way down, plant the hands, step back, high plank, chest press, and then bring the chest through the hands for an up dog. Tuck toes, lift hips, down dog. And we raise the right leg to the sky, or to hip height, I should say. It just comes so naturally to say to the sky, but that would be really absurd if you could raise your leg all the way to the sky. So try and maybe just bring it so that your pelvis doesn't tilt. Squeeze the knee underneath the body until it steps forward and come all the way up through a crescent lunge position. And then seat down, both legs are bent. Hands can fly outwards or back beside you to come back behind you. We're going to just tilt forward so that all the weight is in that right foot. And then come back through crescent lunge. So a little transition there from the high crescent, both knees are bent. Fly the hands back, little mini warrior 3 or a standing tip in mat Pilates. Hands come up through center. And then flying back. Drop it down and then knee repeater. So this just looks like a little skater tap in and out for another 4. My hands are all out of sync here. There we go. 2, 1, and then step back, warrior 2. So my right knee is bent. Broaden through the collarbones, maybe let the palms face up to the sky. And then take opposite elbow, broaden through the collarbones, and just tilt over as though you want to keep the spine straight. You're just tilting vertically over towards that bent right leg. And one more time, and then let that right forearm rest on the inside of the right knee and extend the left arm all the way up and over. Reverse the warrior. And windmill the hands or cartwheel them down for a plank position. Step right foot back and just opposite shoulder taps here. So trying to keep the body as still and strong and stable as we can. Just transferring the weight from one palm to the other and tapping opposite elbow for another 8. 3, 2, 1. This time I'm going to come down onto my left elbow, my right elbow, my left hand, my right hand, and then just opposite right to left, left, right. Last time, come down on left, press up to right, and right, press up to left. Rock side to side, front and back, sorry, in that plank position, otherwise modified plank, and then chest press or chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Big breath in here. And then really active through that left leg, take it to hip height or wherever you can retain a nice neutral pelvis, and then flex at knee and hip to squeeze and step through. Hands come through center and up, inhale, high crescent. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to take the hands around and back, or you can take them down through center and back and transfer a lot of the weight into that standing left leg for that standing tilt or a warrior 3. Try and get broad through the collarbones and broaden through the humeral heads as well so that they roll the scapula back and down. And then just transferring your weight back to the high crescent. And again, you can kind of get dancey with this. If you want it to be more fluid, more creative with the hands, you can. If you want it to be quite kind of, rigid and kind of textbook, then the hands come all the way up and then they come through center and fly all the way back. And last time, before we come now in this standing tilt or this warrior 3 to a stork pose, and then plant ball of foot down on right side, and we're going to do the skater step backs on the ball of the right foot, sinking deep down to stabilize ourselves on that left leg. Make sure the knee is tracking more towards the middle toe, that is Jonas, middle toe, not collapsing in over the big toe. I lost my balance for 3, 2, 1, step back, warrior 2. Open, you can take a little bit of weight out of that left leg before you bend deeply. Let the hip bones track towards the top right corner of the mat. Rolling through the collarbones. Taking the opposite elbow to what you took before, and then just leaning the torso over and coming back through center. Just testing the core strength a little bit here. So not flexing as far down as we can, but rather tilting the spine on a diagonal. And this time let the forearm rest and extend the right arm all the way up and over. And then reverse the warrior. And then back to a plank. Rock front and back, sorry. And those opposite shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can speed it up a little bit if you want. Try and keep the whole body as still as possible. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze the front leg to the back body as you lower all the way down to the mat. Roll the shoulders back and down, baby cobra. Push the ground away, extend the spine, and then push back, child's pose. Wide leg, child's pose. Maybe a big sigh. Side out. And then if you've got time, I highly recommend that you repeat that sequence. So just press stop and go back and do it all again. But if that's all you've got time for, that's amazing too. So come up for a kneeling position and just take a moment to really, just give yourself a high five or an elbow or a fist bump or whatever little recognition of how awesome it is that you spent a little bit of time moving for yourself today. All right, I gotta fly. Namaste.